Never mind.
We'll talk a little bit about other things.
So what you been doing?
I have been on the bush hog all day. Been to the plow.
Y'all, it is almost the end of April. And we are just now breaking ground.
Finally drying.
It's finally dry enough, yeah. It's been wet here.
We got rain coming back tonight.
Coming tonight, yeah.
But I don't think it's no soaker. I think
Hope not. I
we
hope
talked
it
this night.
dries up quick to where we can finish plowing.
Yeah, because now I think Tuesday, Wednesday, the real rain comes back. So it'd be nice to finish up plowing before then.
Yep.
It'd be even nice to get some of it tilled before then, if possible.
Yeah. I guess I need to turn the camera because you're leaning way over yonder.
Well, that's propped on the pillar.
Hey, Mark D made it on time.
Hey, Mr. D, how you doing?
So yeah, we didn't put out a video Wednesday
Or last week.
Because I forgot. And Friday we didn't do a live the previous Friday because we were actually out of town. Howdy, Miss Janelle.
Hey, Janelle.
And so we have a video for Wednesday. It just didn't get loaded because I forgot. And I actually have a Monday video, but I can't get the thingy on the computer to work. So technical difficulties as always. So the videos are there. They just aren't uploaded yet.
Well, the week before, since we were going out of town, I didn't try to do a video because we were busy packing and getting ready.
Yep.
And I knew I was going to do some video in there, which we did.
Yep.
And just didn't get a chance. And this week we've been trying to get bush hogging done, and I started plowing ground. I got my cornfield broke today in 3 garden spots, so and part of the watermelon patch.
Yep. And this is the first day that I haven't come home working because I've been coming home and going straight to work, trying to take care of stuff that needs to be took care of.
Y'all excuse me, I've got dust in my eyes. And
yeah, we have been working, playing with all the leaf litter and dirt and dust and bush hogging. And we started cutting grass yesterday and got some of it cut in the front yard and all, but then I ran out of gas. So I shifted to other things. I went to pulling leaves out of the iris beds and all that stuff. And I should have irises for sale in fall. So y'all need to be watching the Cedar Creek Bottoms page on Facebook to see which ones are what. I should make a list and post which ones, are what, and let y'all choose that way. I know some of them are doing a lot better than others. And you remember when we went to Author's Wife and bought them irises?
Yeah.
So I bought Ziggy. I bought, we blew a light bulb, guys. It may come back on, but it might not. I bought Ziggy. I bought Cinnamon Girl. I bought a weirdly green blooming one, but it was pretty. I don't know if you've ever seen an iris bloom that's kind of an olivey green color, but it's really pretty. And then I bought a 4th one. Well, I didn't buy a 4th one. She threw in that one that I found laying on the ground. Guess what?
What?
I have 2 Ziggies.
That's good.
There it is.
Yeah, by the time change that light bulb out.
Yeah. That's what that's going to do. And we got a chirping battery too.
Yeah, I heard that.
And a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark Plowboy says hello. Hey, Mark. So I was getting all the leaves out of the iris beds and everything because, if you have irises, those tubers need to be exposed to air so they don't rot and die. So, but hopefully come fall, several of those will be ready to divide up and I can sell some of them because some of them are doing really good.
Yeah, a lot of the flowers this year are looking pretty good.
Hmm.
Surprised that cold snap didn't tear them up,
Hmm.
like it did the figs and some
Yeah,
other
we
stuff.
lost some figs probably.
And you got a lot of your herbs,
Hmm.
so we're gonna have to pretty much probably almost redo the herb garden.
Yep.
Which we need to anyway.
Yeah,
But
but there's not many herbs in there alive really anymore. There's some. Don't get me wrong. There's some, but my rosemaries.
man, they really
I'm
hurt
so
me.
upset about my rosemary. It's not even funny.
They done got pretty big too.
Hmm. Yeah, they had.
Yeah, that cold snap we had at Christmas really put a hurt on stuff, and
Yep.
then the one we had in March done
Little
a double
frost.
whammy. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but it hurt the fig trees pretty good.
Yep.
Hurt a good bit of other stuff. So.
Didn't hurt them peach trees one bit though.
No.
Them peach trees is putting out. But
And
I
really,
lost blackberries too.
and our grass really just finally got.
There's still some that's brown.
Yeah, we still got brown grass in places. And,
Hmm.
I mean, we had more weeds coming up. We did anything.
Killed the St. Augustine. Yeah, all of it. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, St. Augustine not a real cold hardy.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be some of
I
our
think
problems.
that's what ours is also.
It could have killed some of
Mhm.
it.
Because that out there in the corner of the chicken yard is still brown. So.
Well, over the next week or so, we'll be
Hmm.
get everything bush hogged up, plowed,
Yep.
planted, and maybe hopefully get the Jimmy red corn in the ground next week,
And the evergreen.
the evergreen, and then we'll try to get some other things in the ground.
Yep.
I'll still wait a few weeks on peas and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the sweet potatoes.
But it's going to be all in the 40s on next week at night.
Oh wow. So what happened to the night it was going to dip back down in the 30s?
They backed off at.
Oh,
That's
good.
right north of us.
Good.
We're going to be in the 30s. I mean the 40s.
And handle 40s.
Pretty much starting tomorrow night. We're like all through next week.
Is that rain we just had going to get you? Probably.
Yeah, we're supposed to. I think it's supposed to start here about midnight, but it's supposed to be out of here by daylight. I don't think it's supposed to be a big rain event here. They didn't say a really washout or nothing, so I hadn't looked at the radar lately to see what it looked like. But it's been cloudy all day. The sun was supposed to have been out.
It has.
And it's been cloudy, so that's helped keeping what the sun would build it.
Yeah,
So
the heat.
I'm kind of glad it was cloudy, bush hogging and plowing.
Oh, Mark D wants to know if anybody needs a cat.
Not offhand, I don't. Sure don't.
We need Mushy to come back home though.
Yeah, one of our cats is missing.
Outside cats.
We last time I saw her was Wednesday before we left for Daniel Boone National Forest, and I ain't seen her since. So I don't know. I'll give her a few more days because she has pulled that stunt before. Be gone 4 or 5 days. So we'll see. I figured with me bush hogging today, if she was around, she'd hear all that commotion, but I ain't seen her either. Plus, we got a duck missing.
Well, we know what happened to the duck. So our duck's free range. And when I say they free range, they pretty much are feral ducks. They go across the street to the guy's pond across the street. They go following the little creek to the other pond across the street and down some. They just go wherever they want. And the term setting duck is a real term. We have no problems with ducks staying here, except for when one goes broody and starts setting on eggs. Every time one goes to setting on eggs, we lose a duck. So
Yeah, I got to get the fencing up. That'd help some, maybe.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, if we're going to fence on the back side of the ponds, that might help some.
Yeah.
But it would also keep the
them-
ducks up here.
Keep them more around the ponds. Yeah.
No, it'd keep them in the driveway instead of out in the field.
We'll see.
Yeah, we have to figure out how to stop that because the watery poop on the driveway. Ducks are nasty critters. I don't know if y'all know anything about raising ducks. Ducks are nasty critters.
They are. That's very nasty.
Yeah. So
But well, how's your day at work?
long. Oh, all them plants we brought in the greenhouse? I gotta take them back out.
Okay.
So
So they're gonna play musical chairs
Yeah.
with them.
I thought that was just hilarious.
Y'all have to forgive me for not being real energetic. I worked
He hadn't
last night.
slept.
I think I slept about 2.5 hours, then got up and went and got fuel, come back, got on that tractor, and pretty much rode it from a little after lunch till right at 6 o'clock. So,
Mhm.
of course, when you're breaking ground, the field wasn't smooth because it had the rolls from last year. And this year, I went the opposite way breaking it. So
It was definitely.
so I was playing bouncy to bounce. But I think doing it this way is going to level the field better. I noticed my field looks more leveler. So, and like I said, I'm not going to plow it all up this year.
I don't know what I did to my wrist yesterday, but my wrist hurts. I don't know if it's from shoveling out the barn or what, but my wrist hurts.
We'll talk a little bit about Daniel Boone here in a
Mhm.
minute. See if a few more people come on. I know it's Friday night.
That was an enjoyable trip.
It was a real good trip. I enjoyed it.
It made me want to get into more of the actual paranormal hunting. So,
But this week we don't really have nothing planned a lot, but this bush hog
Rest.
and disc and
rest.
till and
Rest.
you
Rest.
can, but I won't get
I won't be resting either, and you know it. Rest? What's
tomorrow.
rest?
I need to try to burn a couple of brush piles too, since it's going to rain. After we get through the live, we need to go throw a couple of tarps over, and that way they stay dry during the night.
Mhm.
Take a little diesel fuel tomorrow, and they'll go.
Yep.
And then I got to replace that little steering tie rod.
Now, tomorrow's steak night, isn't it?
No, we'll probably go Tuesday.
Oh, okay. All right.
He wasn't able to for tomorrow night, but he does want some eggs.
Okay.
So I'll probably work to dark.
And then we're
tomorrow.
getting near to first of the month again,
Yep.
So-
2 weeks away from
Mhm.
tomorrow.
something like that.
So we'll have our campfire again.
Yep.
May looks like it's going to be a busy month. I guess I'm going to go on a dog man hunt with Jonathan and them out in National Forest.
I will be staying home
And then I got to go
because I
to
got to work anyway.
my
So-
son's graduation in Ohio at the end of the month.
and I'll be staying home for that one too. I would love to go, but circumstances say don't go. So
Well, if we get some of the bush hog and plowing done this week, I'm going to start on some of our projects.
yeah.
Maybe start getting some fence posts in the ground before the ground gets hard to rot.
Well, first thing you got to do is fix my little tractor.
Yeah.
Well, I basically already fixed that, didn't I? We're changing it, aren't we?
Oh, the little one, yeah.
I'm just gonna make it square instead of triangle.
Yeah.
aren't I? Okay. Yeah, mine is
Or
fixed.
make it rectangular.
But I gotta figure out how to pull it.
Yeah, I don't know. That won't be heavy, so it probably won't be hard to move.
Unless I get some boards and put around the base of it. Which it still wouldn't be hard to move.
No, it's not going to be that big. You didn't get to do your tractor video.
No, I didn't because it wouldn't download onto the thing. The card reader wouldn't read.
Yeah, almost
So that was what my homestead video was. I was going to show you how we built a tractor.
Did
chicken
you shut
tractor.
the computer off all the way?
I did.
It still didn't hit.
It didn't help at that time, but now that don't mean it won't help it the next time. So I need to just turn it off and leave it off one day and then come home and try again. I don't know why that card reader
On
messes
Sunday,
up so
I had to
much.
have it Sunday for Spencer and them.
Yeah, but that's live. That's not a card reader. So.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I have to have the computer. What I'm saying.
It's always sitting right here.
Yeah, some of us will be on Spencer's Woodwalkers Sunday at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern, talking about Daniel Boone, some of the stuff that went on.
So Mark D said, I know how you feel, Mark. I need a break from work. Been working 6 days a week since January. And Janelle said, where were you camping in DB?
We were close to the South Fork recreation area. It was kind of west of it, and, right on the Tennessee-Kentucky line.
And he's going Bigfoot watching in June in Mississippi and Tennessee, hopefully for 5 days.
Well, that's good.
I'll be working.
Yeah, we're fixing to get that time of the year where it's hard to go Bigfooting because the foliage will be so thick.
And bugs and the heat.
And the bugs and the bullfrogs.
And the humidity.
And the humidity. And
camper. Oh.
Well, a lot of people quit deep. Most people don't even have nothing much during the summer. I know it
I
was.
just had to throw camper in there.
Yeah. Keep on and it won't happen.
Keep on, I'll make it happen. Y'all.
Oh, you will? Okay. All right.
It won't be one you like, but
figure out how to pull it.
Well, yeah. Now I didn't say I could pull it. I said I'd have one. Still need you to pull it.
But
so we went camping, guys, and it was in bear country. So you know what that means. All your food has to be put in the truck, got out of the truck, put in the truck, got out of the truck, put in the truck, got out of the truck, put in the truck, got out of the truck. And our tent sprung a leak.
Yeah.
And our air mattress sprung a leak. So it has been a running joke. And there was a bunch of people there. And it was an outhouse style bathroom. Ladies, y'all know how that goes. So needless to say, it has been a running joke this whole entire camping trip. Every time anything happened or was negative or whatever, camper was said.
Well, we'll have to still get a tent and a good air mattress because some places you won't be able to carry a camp.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, we're
chiggers, guys. Chiggers and all that, you know. So camper.
Well, you're still walking through the grass, get the chiggers.
Did we have bug spray even?
Yeah, we had bug spray.
Oh, we did?
I didn't even think about that. Well, the bugs wasn't bothering us.
They weren't.
Typically, it's mosquitoes that I put bug spray
Jody
on.
says, hello, good peoples.
Hey, how you doing, Jody?
And Mark said he wanted to get away earlier, but couldn't get away from work. So.
I understand.
Yeah.
Your best time of the year is usually February, March, April, and May. And June's pretty good. We had a good outing one time in June. It was just hot, and the bugs were loud. But you get on July and August, unless you're gonna float the river or something like that and pay attention, or ride roads with a thermal mounted somewhere. You can do stuff like that, but just sitting still. Usually July and August, just the bugs are so loud you can't hear nothing.
Yep.
If you try to record, all you get is some bugs. And if something does try to come up, you can't hear it. Even with my hunter ears, the bugs will take over to the point I can't even hear with them. And of course, if you buy water, then you got all the bullfrogs and the frogs, and tree frogs.
No, don't start it.
And all that stuff. So, but hopefully, I hope you have a good time and enjoy yourself, especially just get some time off and get away from work.
Mm-hmm. Janelle said they camped all last week and they had some activity.
Okay, good.
So where'd y'all go? Mark says he's used to the heat, so that's not an issue. prefer the heat to the cold.
Well, Daniel Boone is a big old national forest, and it is pretty. It's a lot bigger than probably the Talladega National Forest. I don't know how many acres exactly it is, but it's huge. It covers a good bit of eastern Kentucky. Um, Real beautiful land, real hilly, mountainous, a lot of cliffs, a lot of hardwoods. You don't see many pines, more of the what's the trees I call it, the hemlocks, more of those type. Um, Real beautiful place. You can tell it's an old place. We've seen a lot of old cemeteries.
That was cool.
And some of these cemeteries out in the middle of nowhere. And you'd see some rundown old houses that, probably been abandoned 20, 30, 40 years in places. Just stuck back up in them hollers in places. You could tell at one time, probably, 70, 80 years ago, some of them were probably pretty thriving places. Because in between a lot of the mountains, little old valleys, and you could tell that's where people were farming. You could see the old signs, barbed wire fences, and still some of the fields were there. So,
yep. Yeah, you could look through the trees and see where the fields used to be.
A couple of them cemeteries we went to from the 1800s.
Mm-hmm. So Mark D says, yes, just getting away will be great. Also got combat pistol, shotgun, and training, so I should stay busy. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Janelle said they were below Narrows Dam off a Little Missouri River in Arkansas. That's where they were camping all last week. So.
Yeah, I want to get out toward Arkansas. Hopefully, maybe this fall we can go that way. I know some of them's trying to get a camp out for Bankhead up.
That's here, right?
Yes, Bankhead up North Alabama. I don't know for when. I know Jonathan, I have his again probably in October down at Hollins. We'll just have to pick a couple we can go to.
Ooh, they went to the cemetery with Glenn Campbell's buried.
That's good.
That is cool.
And,
yeah, just let me know. I can put off. Oh, excuse me. I can put in to be off.
I just have to wait for people to make dates.
Yep.
You know.
And if they don't put them out far enough, I won't be able to get off.
Well, I know the Beast group is talking about having a meet and greets and hopefully out in Arkansas, but they haven't put out when the time is. So that'd be good.
That'd be good.
And of course, I don't know if Lori and Lauren will have another night callers camp out in October or not, Janelle. I hadn't seen them say anything. So, of course, they have Falk, the Halloween one. So,
not far from Diamond Mine.
Yeah, and I don't. Oh yeah, how many days?
And Janelle hadn't heard either.
I like to go visit those diamond mines. I always heard that's pretty cool. I heard you camp out there and everything too.
My youngest daughter just moved to Arkansas to get her master's degree, so they'll be visiting Arkansas a lot. Mark D said that.
Pretty state. Part of it's swampy, and part of it's hilly, and part of it's mountains. Part of it's delta.
It's got a little bit of everything there, almost, except desert, huh?
It's a beautiful. Well, what me and you've seen that time. We went to fall.
$40 a night there.
At the Diamond Mine. I heard it was pretty high. But now, does that include being able to dig for the diamonds too? Or is that separate? Everything. Because I was going to carry Jonathan one time and do that when he was younger. Some boy found one out there that's worth about $20,000.
Nice. Separate.
Yeah,
separate.
Yeah, I'd like to go check that out. Over here in Alabama, we got the gold mines or the gold camps where you can go
help out with.
You can go dredge the creeks for gold and You can go over there and camp out, and they got cabins to rent. They got dredging equipment, and there's already a group over at Dredges every weekend, and they'll let you come in there and help. And at the end of the day, everything they've dredged, they'll carry it back and they'll separate it out and give everybody a little vial of gold. And it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it that time me and Jonathan went.
Still got to take me one day.
We went over and camped
Mark
out.
D said that the daughter is about 70 miles south of Little Rock.
So she's down in there.
With them,
so she's not far from Janelle and them, the way it sounds.
Janelle said if you go with them, they've got spots half off. She has a senior pass.
Don't y'all even start this mess. The cat was figured right up on.
Of course she was. That's where she always goes. The cats are about to make their appearances, which means Sister's about to make her appearance. Pet free is about over. Just saying. So if you've been wanting to see Sister, you're about to see her. What is she doing?
I don't know.
Come on up, Sister.
Come on up and say hello, man.
Come on, cat. Come on.
All right.
Oh, now that.
All right. Let's get in our position. There we go.
It's spoiled animals here. Spoiled animals. All right. Let's see. LR is 3 hours from Janelle, Little Rock. It's good to retire.
I'll be glad when I can get there one day.
Yep.
Especially the way where I'm working at, the way it's getting. I think it's going the opposite way it should be going. Talking about Daniel Boone, we did have a few things go on, and other people did. I know Bradney went with us, and his brother Ben. They heard some tapping one night on their camper. I think that was Friday night they heard tapping, but they don't know for sure.
Was it Friday or was it Thursday?
One of those nights they heard tapping.
I think it was the first night.
They heard tapping on the camper. Of course, there was a bear came into camp, got in one guy's garbage bag.
Yeah, that was the same night he heard the tapping. That's what I said. I think it was the first night.
And then we ended up talking to the guy. He ended up kind of asking what we were doing up there, and we kind of told him. Come to find out, him and his wife had some
experiences. Yep.
So that was real cool to sit down and listen to them talk about growing up in Kentucky and some of the stuff they witnessed 2 different times. So that was real good to be able to talk to them. That's why you never know, you go camping and, people show up, they camp in other spots, you get talking to them. And before you know it, and I didn't come out right out and tell him we were Bigfooters. We talked a while about, that part of Kentucky, and we, talked about stuff like that. Hunting and a good bit. Found out they had kept bees, and then I finally kind of talked about, hearing weird stuff the night before and about his garbage getting, because he got talking about when the garbage got tore into, he heard he could tell what it was heavy, which was a bear, because it went over there behind some other people and tried to get into their cooler, and one of the ladies run it off, and she come out and hollered at it. It took off running. But we did hear some vocals Friday night. Well, there was some vocals going on Thursday night too. Way off. We went up on top of one of the mountains and made some calls over a big lookout. Didn't hear no vocals get back, but I happened to have my hunter ears on and was listening to an owl hoot. Well, whippoorwill was going off first, then the whippoorwill shut up, and the hoot owl started going off, and then another hoot owl But what caught my attention was in between the hoot owls was something going whoa, 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 just like that. And it done it 3 times that I caught it. And some of the other people heard it because they went up the road about 100 yards and they were closer to it. So they heard it with their naked ear. And I was back at the truck, me and a couple others sitting at the truck. And those hunter ears picked up that mumbling in between the hoot owl. Like I said, last night, Beast of the Woods had on a few of the people talking about some of the stuff they had, and Spencer's going to do the rest of us Sunday. So if it's where y'all can tune in and listen to that. Let's see. Bradney also Saturday night, right as it or Sunday morning when it was raining, he woke up to go get his towels because he'd hung them out to dry. He went out, grabbed them, come back in, got laid down, and he heard heavy footsteps go right by the camper. That was the same night that some of the other people said they heard something come up around their tents. Also, during that was around 4 o'clock in the morning. Also, during that time, I had set a bucket out of the tent. And I don't know if my mind was playing tricks with me or what, but I thought I heard a growl come toward me. But I do not know that for 100%. It was raining pretty good, but I heard something just kind of in a low growl, whoa, like that. I didn't hear nothing. But that was around the same time Bradney heard what he thought was something walked right by the camper because he had his windows open. He he said it sounded heavy. We had some hoot owls come up real close to camp that had a unusual sound to them. They didn't sound exactly right a couple of times. But it's hard to say on stuff like that sometimes. They did end up finding a track Monday morning that was 20 inches long.
Oh, really?
In between where Larry and Mr. Mark and Misty was camping.
Nice. I didn't know that.
So yeah, they talked about that last. I didn't even know about that either. So. And Misty said something about seeing red eyes glowing over toward Bradney's camper late Saturday night before it started raining. So we did hear some wood knocks. First night we was there, I don't know if you heard them or not. I think you was back over at the tent for something.
Probably.
There was 2 wood knocks come
Might
from the
have been
ridge. You was still up. It was pretty early.
Oh, I remember when y'all heard that. I didn't hear it though. I was over at the fire with y'all.
Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of.
But I didn't hear it because I'm deaf.
It was, and Saturday night had a different vibe to it. To me, I could feel a difference Saturday night. Thursday, Friday night, I didn't really feel anything, which don't mean nothing. But Saturday night, here you go. Saturday night had a different vibe.
Which means sister's coming back.
So, don't know what that vibe meant. May have been one sitting there watching us, and I was picking it up a little bit. Rebecca did feel a couple things, a couple different times. And you did see that kind of, well, you described it.
The little girl.
Well, you seen the little girl, but also you seen.
Oh yeah, the light.
You seen a light pop up.
Mm-hmm. Where it was a glowing area in the woods. It wasn't really a light. It was...
I got a glimpse of it. Then it kind of disappeared. I don't know what that was. This one was at one of the cemeteries. They had made a couple of calls, and I think they had something happen at the cemetery before. I think that's where something started flowing at them, stuff at them. I believe that was a couple of years ago.
No random pictures.
Yeah, I really didn't really do any pictures. Most of them had thermals with them, and night vision, and
And the phones weren't working, so nobody was toting them.
yeah, because there was no service where we was at. I mean, just no service. I mean, it's dead as a door now. You had to get up on top of the mountain to get any type of service. And you're lucky to get some in. Um, we ended up having to go up on the well on top of the big one to get cell service to call home and check on some things. I hate Spencer didn't get to make it. His truck broke down and wasn't able to make it. Him and Anthony. Really looking forward to them coming. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes things happen.
Ouch. You ready to get your nails clipped?
But overall, we had a good trip. Got to meet some people that we've only seen them on YouTube, and finally got to meet them in person. And, very good group of people. Very nice, good group of people to be around, just like most people I've always met in the Bigfoot world. Just good, down to earth people. Like to have fun, but serious too. A lot of fellowship, a lot of good food.
A lot of good food.
Miss Sherry cooked some bear stew. People made a lot of desserts, deer stew, so it was a real good trip. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we ate well.
Because I pretty much knew it'd be our last vacation before summer.
Yep.
Because we're pretty much.
Misty?
Well, I will go to Ohio at the end of May, but that really won't be a vacation. But it'd be good to see my boy, see him graduate from high school.
Yep. That will be good.
And I got to meet two Bigfooters from Ohio. So they told me when I come up May, if it's where we could, we might try to go out on Saturday night or something
that'd be
for a few hours, if possible. If not, they said we'd at least meet up for supper somewhere or something. So, I didn't know. I told them I didn't know what all was going to happen
right.
up there. So. But they've
yeah, you clip cats' nails whenever they let you.
So we had a good time. I would go. I'm looking forward to going back there one day. Because the first time you go to anywhere, you're just trying to learn the roads. You're getting used to stuff. The second time when you go is when you can really feel more comfortable with it and start. We didn't really go walk in the woods. Some of them did. I didn't really push that too much. But me and her went riding some of the roads. Cause I wanted to see that general area.
Yeah, we'd never been, so.
So that gave us a chance to see some of the communities and see that part of Kentucky. I go through Kentucky a lot, but I really don't see much of Kentucky. On interstates, you don't see much of it. So this was getting back on dirt roads and no one lane paved roads, and seeing the old Appalachian style houses that we don't see down here in our part of the country no more. Most of them's gone, but there's still a lot of them up in that neck of the woods. So that was pretty cool. But you can tell the place is poor.
Yes.
You can tell very poor. You're not knocking them. You can tell it's a very poor area. Probably not much industry in that area. Most of the towns are very small. Probably most of the industry would probably be timber or mining. We did see where there used to be an old ore mine there for iron.
Janelle said you'd have liked where we camped a year ago, Lori, in September.
Yeah, that's the Ozarks and Oklahoma. I have not really got to experience yet. So that's one of my bucket list is some of the Ozarks, and then to get into parts of Oklahoma. Of course, my other bucket list is LBL one time at least. Then one day I'd like to get up North Carolina, Virginia that way too. Like to at least check those out. And parts of Texas.
Mark D said, grandfather moved to Gentry, Arkansas to retire and lived there until he passed. And he loved it there. He also said he always had one of the best gardens. He grew some of the best sweet potatoes he ever had, such fertile ground where he lived.
Yeah, it's they got some good land out there in places. Yeah, my great grandfather is buried in.
Janelle said in DB. In DB.
DB.
Where the camp was.
DB.
I think. It says INDB.
My great grandfather is buried in Enola, Arkansas, which is above Conway. It's kind of really.
That's where they're talking about.
Huh?
I think that's what they're talking about. Conway is where the daughter is.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of my great aunts, or great aunt, not great aunt, be my grandpa's oldest sister. She was born in 1861, and she got married.
What does DB stand for?
She got married around 1880, and her and her husband moved to Arkansas. Great grandfather went to visit them in 1904. Got sick and passed away there. They didn't bring him home back to Alabama. So.
Janelle, you might need to talk to Mark about where y'all camped in Daniel Boone. Because it might actually be the same place.
Yeah, just text me or message me. Only reason I ain't saying exactly where it's at is because respect to these people.
Wasn't our trip.
Right.
We're letting them put the details out, and when they do, then we will.
To be respectful of them, I just don't want to come right out and say, hey, this is where it's at. But, you can message me and I'll tell you exactly where it's at. But it's a nice place. It's a good place. Real pretty place.
And it might be the same place, believe it or not.
Could be. Yeah, it wasn't far from the South Fork recreation area.
It was nice.
Real nice. I seen rocks there big as a house. You don't see that much here in Alabama. So I'm talking about just sitting on top of the ground, a rock big as a house. And I'm talking about
running by it.
Some other rocks about half size of the house. You can tell where the water has moved them over time and stuff. They're cool. So.
There was one house out there, and we did do a little video of their crossing of the creek to get to their house. They actually built them a little bridge, just enough to walk on to get across the creek to their house. It was a little cool one.
Yeah, that was cool. Hopefully, maybe this is next week when we get that video uploaded, so people can see the area, see where it was at and stuff.
Now, we did not film the cemetery where we went that night.
No, we didn't.
We did do a little filming on a different cemetery.
Yeah, we found one on the side of the creek.
And we didn't film that other cemetery neither.
No, we didn't.
The one that was with those really nice headstones.
That's where you felt the vibes from.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real old church in there. It was real neat. You could tell it was a thriving community at one time in that area.
Mark D said, we don't have big rocks in Alabama, especially in the South.
No.
Nope, we don't.
No, the whole place you'll see a few big rocks is up towards yall, up in that neck of the woods, up on Skyway. There's some big, but they ain't none of those size, no house up there. Most of them might be big as a room. But these are just sitting on top of the ground. That's what got me. They wasn't going in the ground. It's just like.
Misty just got in.
It's just like they got picked up and sat there. But it's pretty country. It's pretty country. Look forward to going back one day. Like I said, my bucket list is, LBL and then Ozarks, and then in Oklahoma, Texas, and then one day back up into, Tennessee, North Carolina, back up that neck of the woods. Hey, Misty, I didn't hear you. You know, she's okay. We'll have to see her.
Yep, she just made it on.
You wore out, Misty, like the rest of us. I'm still wore out.
Yeah, we probably ought to keep this short since we still got more work to do.
Yeah, I got to go cover some brush piles with some tarps. So maybe I'm burning brush piles tomorrow. If it rains too much tonight, I won't do no plowing.
She said she slept all day yesterday. Must be nice. We all went to work.
Tuesday and Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday, I slept. Well, I worked that Sunday night. Got home, got to bed before 8. I slept till almost 5 and didn't do nothing. And Tuesday, about the same thing. Wednesday's when I finally got to moving pretty good. But we was catching devil at work Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night too, so that didn't help matters. Then it kind of calmed down finally.
Worked the garden the day we came back all day, and after that, she was done. Couldn't keep her eyes open. Would have been able to work the garden that
Well,
day.
you didn't sleep much while you was up there lower to, which I didn't either. I think I averaged maybe 4 hours a night if I was lucky. So, but a lot of nights I just laid there wide awake.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
In fact, my best sleep was when the rain came. That was my deepest sleep the whole time.
Once I felt the wet in the tent, that was it for me.
Yeah, I know. When I got up,
spent the rest of the night going, well, how much rain is in the tent? How flooded is it going to be in the morning?
Well, I wasn't no worry about it till I started sinking in water. So.
She said she probably slept 6 to 7 hours the whole trip.
Wow. Whew, I don't know. Yeah. Well, today riding the tractor all day, I can tell. Bush hogging, then putting the plow on and started plowing. And plowing's rough because it jerks the tractor.
She said she froze the whole time.
It was pretty cool. Especially was. That Friday night was real cool. It was actually pretty cool Friday night. Saturday night kind of warmed back up a little bit.
You need to teach her the trick about the battery and the inverter and the electric blanket.
Yeah, just get you a good 12-volt cycle battery. Like a marine battery. Get it fully charged before you go and get by you a little inverter. Big enough to run don't get the dual sleeping heated blanket, get the single.
Yep, get a twin.
And it'll run it, keep you warm.
Yep, we think that's why my electric blanket didn't work on the other trip, because we got the queen size one that's got dual controls. Little twin size one, or full size actually, with one single control. It actually worked off the marine battery.
When we went to Falk back in 19,
kept me warm.
That first night it went down to like 32. I mean, it was chilly that Friday night. I mean, it was cold, and me and Rebecca both stayed.
I don't do cold, Misty. I don't do cold.
Tell you another thing that'll help you with the cold air is to put something on your head and keep socks on your feet.
And we have learned also that, like, we have an air mattress. If you put the sleeping bag under you,
that helps insulate some of it.
It keeps that ground warmth from seeping through.
Yeah. But we are going to look at maybe finding us a small
camper.
But we still will have to get us a good tent and another. Since
yeah.
that tent went to leaking and the air mattress leaking, we're going to come up with them now.
Yeah, both nights we were on the ground.
By daylight. Yeah.
By 3:00.
But I done all right with that part. That part, I wasn't too stove up or nothing. Because I think what happened, had that soft gravel there, and I think it kind of helped cushion. I remember one time I slept on the ground on the hunting club. Woo, I hurt for a week after that.
I sleep better in the cold, but I don't sleep good if I am cold. And Mark D said he sleeps better when he's cold. She said when she gets really tired, freeze bone deep. Yeah. Mine does that. I do that too. I get tired. I get to hurt bone deep freezing. Yeah.
Lord, I used to
Get
go
some
coon
of
hunting
the
until
moving blankets. Yeah, that'd work too. Yep. It does that insulation.
we are going to look at a small camper maybe by fall, have one by fall. Especially if we go out to Arkansas that
Mhm.
way or wherever
Yeah.
we end up going for a couple of trips.
Yeah. The electric blanket is my best piece of advice. Once you get cold, it's hard to get warm.
Even when me and her sleeping together, she still gets cold, and even though me sitting over there laying beside her, putting off a lot of heat, she still gets.
If it gets to my bones, I don't warm up hardly. It's hard. So, and it hurts so bad.
Right.
And COVID made it worse. I mean, I hurt bone deep now, and just don't warm up. Electric blanket, we good. But I'm like everybody else. It needs to be cold to sleep good. You can't breathe when it's hot and humid.
I was telling some of the other ones, Misty, about some of the stuff that went on that I knew went on. I know y'all had some stuff happen after we left. But I was telling them about, Bradley's camper getting tapped on
And the dude's garbage.
and the dude's garbage. And then Bradley hearing something walk by the camper Saturday night when it just had started raining. And I meant to tell y'all, I may have got growled at that morning too, but I don't know it for definitely if I got growled at. But I heard something when I stuck the bucket outside the tent. It was raining pretty good when I done that. And I swore up and down I heard something in a low growl not far from me. And that was around the same time period that Bradley said he heard heavy walking go by the camper. So I don't know.
Misty said there was something going on just about every night.
Yeah. Well, one time during the night, I heard something hit the truck. Still ain't figured out what that was.
Mark D said he keeps hearing the bottoms about to fall out of the camper market, so it'd be a good time to buy.
And I'm going to start paying attention. If we're going to start doing a lot of Bigfoot outings out of state, we're going to have to.
Well, one of the things that I like about the idea of a camper is you don't have to load it and unload it.
Well, that's true.
You can put stuff in there like
Just
a set of pots and pans, silverware and stuff, your plates and cups and stuff, and just leave it in there. You don't have to worry about forgetting the dish soap or whatever because you just leave it in there. I mean,
you just hook it up to the truck. Pretty much leave.
Clothes
but
and food.
we will. There's still some areas where we'll probably still have to have a tent.
Oh, yeah.
Because we get back in some of them real primitive areas, you won't get a camper.
Well, I just want a little one anyway. I need an indoor bathroom and an outlet. Fridge would be nice, but an indoor bathroom and an electrical outlet for my electric blanket, and we good.
And you used to go rock climb and sleep in the woods all night.
Oh no, I didn't sleep in the woods all night.
Sleep in a hammock.
No. I laid in the woods all night, and I laid in a hammock. I didn't sleep. I've never been a good sleeper.
I'm surprised y'all didn't have a lot of Bigfoot.
I'm sure we did. Because back then, I definitely, if anybody was still up, I was awake. I could not sleep with people still up. And if I heard footsteps, I was awake. And I do remember footsteps.
At different times.
Mm-hmm. At times there should not have been footsteps. In places there shouldn't have been footsteps. Yeah, different things like that.
Yeah,
so we
some
probably
places
had
y'all hiked
stuff.
into them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those remote areas in North Georgia.
Yeah, a camper with an AC would be nice.
Yeah. Well, if you're camping mostly in the fall, winter, and spring, you wouldn't have to worry about it too much.
And the potty tent is an awesome idea, especially when you're at a campground that the bathroom is an outhouse essentially.
It was rough, buddy.
Yeah, that they hadn't cleaned out.
And somebody had some trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody didn't make it to the toilet quick enough.
It was ugly. It was ugly.
I
That's all
don't know
we
who
had.
it was. Somebody had it.
And when the game wardens come through or the park people came through, they didn't bother checking. They just checked. They pulled the money out and left. They didn't even check the bathroom to see if there was toilet paper or nothing. Full campground. They didn't even check the toilet papers. So,
Oh, y'all excuse me for yawning.
hammock is a Bigfoot taco and sleeping bag is their burrito. Yep, that's it. That's it. I do miss kayaking and rock climbing. I do. That was some fun trips. And I was up all night and up early. I can't do that no more.
So to get into paranormal, I guess we need to figure out what all you're gonna need.
Yep.
Probably get ready to order some stuff. Yeah, because you did see that little girl that night at that cemetery, and then that light that I got a glimpse of,
Let's
then it
see.
disappeared.
Speaking of all that, let's see. Janelle said Brandon will like that with the camper market dropping. Misty says she hadn't forgotten about me on a list of what you messaged me about. Actually been looking up different things, trying to find what she thinks is the best deal for the money. So what you were just saying, the paranormal equipment. If anybody's got any recommendations for paranormal equipment, please let me know. And then
one day we got to sit down. And
Janelle said that's what the booger box is for. Booger box, is that the same thing as booger buggy?
Yeah, they had that trailer.
Oh, they had the booger box. Got it. So same thing as a booger buggy.
But they still slept in the tent.
So Misty's working on a list for me. Mark said that would be rough dealing with an outhouse. Yeah. No sink, no trash.
One thing
but
about
signs saying don't put your trash in the toilet.
one thing about the paranormal, we'll have a lot of places right around here to go.
Mm-hmm.
There's some wicked stuff around here.
Yeah, I want to go to that Hill Cemetery, in fact, which I know that's not, but that's one that I'm drawn to.
Well, that and the grist mill.
Mm-hmm.
And we got, of course, the hunting club.
The hunting club's another one I want to go to.
I
know that.
There's Bigfoot up there.
Oh, I know that. Like I said, that one spot, I want to go back to it.
That one spot.
On the hunting club.
Where
I heard the drums and all that stuff.
Oh, there.
Which was right there where
all the Bigfoot stuff is too.
Yeah, and where the people had their stuff going on with the paranormal group. Isn't that where we were for it too?
Yeah.
Same area?
We went and sit at the four-way above the beaver pond. And that's where y'all walked off, left me and Keith and somebody sitting at the truck. We never did really notice any Bigfoot stuff. I think it was all paranormal going on at the moment. But that whole holler system, the number 4 field down to the lake, is probably where 90% of our Bigfoot stuff comes from, is in that area, which is about a 2-mile length area. But also that's where some of the paranormal happens at all the time too.
Missy said she wouldn't get the spirit box. Janelle says she's thinking about getting the night vision Jonathan posted about. Misty says if you splurge and buy a really good one, it may be worth it, but I think it's mostly a waste of money. Mark D said you get a tri-field meter and use it for Bigfoot and paranormal. Misty said, yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know
And
some
do
people are
EMF,
even
yeah.
getting the radiation.
You can do EMF on your phone.
Yeah, you can. There's even people getting the radiation detectors and stuff now because they've noticed that.
I want to communicate. That's my thing.
Well, you have to do the spirit box.
Yep.
But you might hear something you don't want to hear either.
Exactly. That's why I was trying to find a good spirit box, not just one that's pre-programmed.
That time I was with Faith and them, they went to talking into that thing. Lord have mercy, stuff started answering. I was about ready to pack up and leave. But some of the stuff I didn't like here.
Oculus on your phone. What Oculus on my phone? definitely do protection prayer. Definitely have
Oh, yeah.
sage, all that good stuff. Oh, it's an app. I've not heard of that one.
I'll check that out.
Definitely have to check that one out. Now let me back the app thing up. Is that an app for an iPhone or an Android? Because I'm Android, guys. That's Team iPhone over there. I ain't got a clue how to use an iPhone, and I'm not willing to learn.
Yeah, she's stubborn.
Now I'm learning how to use Mark's phone, but I just
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me.
some parts of it doesn't make sense.
I think this one's
So that one's on iPhone and Android. Okay, because there's some apps that are only on one or the other. Like my geocaching app that I use is only on Android. So, and I know there's certain apps that's iPhone only. So
So Janelle, Lori or Lauren don't fool with paranormal, do they? They just do the Bigfoot, right? Because I've never heard either one of them
okay,
really talk about it. I don't think.
he said tri-field meter is only about $130, and usually more accurate than most of the EMF detectors. So
I'll have to look into that.
you definitely have to look into that. I read a lot about the tri-field. That's one of the things that was on my list. And Janelle said not that she's aware of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have really never heard Lori really talk about paranormal or Lauren. I know most people she's had on their shows it was about Bigfoot, but we're learning quickly that both of them are connected somehow. How I don't know, but they are. They're connected.
You can get cat. I saw.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, I knew that people had been using the light up ghost balls. I mean, cat balls.
Yeah, they done that up at the Griswold.
Jody said Miss Pat has tri-field. Is that Pat? Blue eyed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's friends with Pat.
Well, that's why I was asking if that was the same Pat. They all said bless you.
Yeah, I've been in dust today. When I went to plowing, I was plowing up a lot of dust, and my eyes is watering a little bit.
Mixed that with the bush hogging yesterday and today too.
But I did get the cornfield ready. The cornfield's pretty much all we got to do is disc it now, plant it. But I still got to finish watermelon patch and the sorghum patch area. I got to do them.
Yeah.
And the pea patch area.
My next purchases are tri-field and thermal imaging.
Well, I've got thermal imaging. It's on a phone. It's a cat phone, but it doesn't do real good far off. It's close up. Really, that'd be something you need more for ghost hunting or paranormal.
Right. Misty said she planted her corn and okra the other day after they came back.
Good. Just watch this weather with that okra. It may be slow coming up because it's going down in the 40s every night here in Alabama. So I don't know if
Still too early, really, for us. A lot of people have already planted it, but I don't think they planted it by seed.
Well, we sent her enough. If she didn't get a first stand, she should be able to plant it again. Okra likes hot
And if nothing
ground.
else, I'll send more seed.
Okra
I
likes.
got more.
I think it likes the ground to be 65 degrees or warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It's
corn.
like peas.
Corn will sprout at 55 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, peas and okra kind of get planted together, don't they?
I
both like that warm
I
soil.
usually plant them in mid-May. But, I mean, she may get a good stand.
Oh, she probably will.
Especially having it in a small backyard type garden, she might get a better stand than what me and you do.
It's going to get a little cold this weekend, but nothing will be up yet, so she thinks they'll be safe. What he's saying is it may delay it from coming up because it likes a certain temperature to sprout.
So, okra, peas, watermelons, all of them like the ground needs to be at least 65 degrees or above for them to sprout and come up. If they sit in there too long, they can rot. But maybe the corn and beans and some of that stuff you can plant when it's 55 degrees in the ground. In other words, you got to get a soil thermometer to actually check that. But if it's out in a good place where the sun hits it a lot, that won't help warm it up.
She said, yeah, she wondered about it delaying. It's been 80 for a few days. But what's your nighttime temps been? That's
And
what
you
gotta
can you
look
can
at.
dig down in your dirt sometime and
Mhm.
feel the dirt, and you can usually tell
Yep.
if it's still pretty cool down in there. Well, okra you don't want to cover it by the inch anyway. And if you get some good hot days on it, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get the corn planted this week sometime. And,
Maybe I can get some beans planted.
beans, and maybe we can start sticking some tomatoes in the ground.
I got no tomatoes.
Well, we're just going to have to buy some, baby. That's all we can do. I mean,
I
that's all
ain't
you can
got
do.
no tomatoes. I didn't grow none this year.
Well, it's probably a good thing. You probably got
I know.
killed. We got a lot of projects we got to work on. So.
And my greenhouse needs to be one of those projects. It's got, where sister tore it up, it's got some problems. Well, we probably ought to start wrapping this up.
We both wore out, and I think everybody else is. Too.
Yep.
I
mean, even the cats are just laying here.
Yeah. I can't blame her. I'm actually
Surprised
ready.
sister ain't up in your
I'm
lap.
actually ready for bed.
Let's go. I'm good. Let's go.
Well, I gotta have a shower.
I know. I know.
And I still have them covering.
I know.
At least get a tarp over them for the
Yeah.
night. That way tomorrow maybe I can pour some diesel fuel in and get them going.
So we definitely need to start wrapping her up.
Like I said, what's that?
That's a notification from email saying that we're live.
Oh.
Misty said, hey, y'all going to try to come on Sunday? Oh, Mark is, but I'm not. I got to work.
Yeah, she'll be at work. I'll try to come on for, whenever y'all are ready for me. Just,
but y'all are willing. Y'all are welcome to talk about what I saw too, because I told you about it too, Misty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, me and her, we don't hold secrets. We don't let anybody tell anything,
Because I'll be at work and can't tell it. So.
Yeah, when y'all get ready for me, just let me know. I'll come on. Because I know you're going to have a lot of people, so you're going to need to bring us in and out.
Yeah.
So.
My off days is Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Anything else I have to request off. That is actually what I was hired for. Thursday through Monday, 10 to 6.
Well, you ain't going to be there forever.
No. And Misty says she wants you to come on and talk. So, yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Just let me know when you're ready for me Sunday. I don't mind telling what all went on that we noticed or all that. It's still real interesting about up on top of that mountain when the two hoot owls got to talking back and forth and that mumbling in between. I didn't realize y'all were hearing it. I just had them hunter ears on. I was hearing every bit of it back down there at the truck. But y'all were right up there next to it, hearing it too. So that's cool though. I like it when we come back and verify each other. That's pretty cool. So
I'm available Tuesdays and Wednesdays and any evenings after 7.
Yeah. Well, Spencer does his show on Sundays. So,
yep.
I look forward to it though. We really enjoyed ourselves. Enjoyed the fellowship. Everybody likes to have fun, but they're serious too. Good food, good fellowship. It was good to meet people that been seeing like this right here for a while, and then finally got to meet them face to face, and that's always a good thing. Look forward to the next time. And look forward to it.
Well, let's wrap her up, Mark.
Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just,
Wrap her up, Mark.
6 hours on the tractor.
Yep. So wrap her up, Mark.
All right, y'all. Y'all give us a like, subscribe, share, comment. Especially comment. Hit those notification buttons. I'm not gonna name off everybody, but y'all know who all we support. And Spencer will have Spencer and Misty will have a show Sunday, 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern. So y'all come over and listen to that, and y'all
They'll have several people on there.
and everybody else, y'all know who we support. I'm not gonna say it tonight because I got so tired, but y'all know who we support, who we watch, and y'all go check them out. And
If y'all got a channel, put it in the comments.
we're gonna try to figure out that StreamYard where it'll start doing notifications better and all that stuff. We just ain't took time to do it. So.
Too busy.
If you got any homesteading questions or any cryptid paranormal that I know a little bit about, I'll try to answer it. I'm not an expert, but I'll try to answer it if I can. And or homesteading, we'll try to answer it best we can. We'll try to find the information if we don't know it. And, everything. So.
Yeah.
And there'll be a video hopefully come out Wednesday that'll show some of the Daniel Boone.
And hopefully Monday too. Hopefully.
I did do a video of some of Daniel Boone. I didn't show where we camped at. I really didn't interview
nobody. We
nobody.
Didn't do much of nothing.
Because everybody was having a good time, and I didn't really want to interrupt nobody.
I didn't either. It was a good trip.
So I kind of hate it, didn't I? Guess I should have, but people were having a good time, and I hate to pop up with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
So, but over time, I'll start getting some folks.
Yep.
So, I'll
Nancy
start.
said she didn't get any pictures either.
Well,
Wrap it up. Don't get back down in the hole. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
All right, bossy. Keep doing that finger and you won't have it no more.
We're fixing to get started again, guys.
Hey, Misty, the other day you said a comment about me being real nice. I can be a bulldog in a hurry. So, Rebecca knows.
Hidden bulldog in the closet.
Yeah, I can be a bulldog. I try to be good, though. I try to be.
Misty said it too. Stay focused, Mark. Stay focused.
Just quit waving that finger at me.
That wasn't waving at you. That was saying wrap it up. That's wrap. It's a wrap.
All right, we love y'all. Get along, take care of each other, and love one another. We'll see y'all next Friday night. Yeah. Y'all take care.
Bye, guys. Ouch. Dang it. The cat got me.